Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope everyone's had fantastic Thursday. Yes, another week nearly is done in year 2025. Well, technically, not even the second week is nearly done. So definitely there is some stuff to talk about, quite a bit of stuff to talk about. And to be honest, all revolves around Arsenal, almost, for a change. The sad part is, it's nothing positive. This is the big depressing part about Arsenal. Nothing positive revolves around Arsenal currently. Contract rejections, technically people linked but not signing anyone, given the fact that there are other teams that have signed 1, 2 players. Man City have almost signed 3 players already, and it's only 9 days in 2025, so it is all up in the air. It is going nuts, and yeah, just wish Arsenal would do more, even though there are talks about the fact that Arsenal don't have PSR issues, even though they will finish 2024 with massive losses. Still no PSR issues. They still can spend, no issues about that. Then Ornstein comes out with saying the facts that Arsenal don't expect Arsenal to do much this transfer window. So it's all up in the air. It's all like hella weird. But as an Arsenal fan, given that it's January, should be used to it by now. Let's be real, because in January it's that month where for other people it means signing some proper players. For Arsenal, basically it means, well, going into chill mode. Even more than during the season, it feels like. And that's what it's the weird part. And being Arsenal fan for, 23 years now, it's weird. It's very weird. You would think, again, as I said, I would be used to it by now. But still, I kind of hope that they will do the right thing. It's like I never learn. I know it's weird, but there is that hope still in me that we actually might do it. Like, realistically, in my head, I have accepted it. But in my heart, as an Arsenal fan, there is that hope still that we actually might do something in this transfer window. In January transfer windows in general. But yeah, we're gonna talk about all that today. So if you're new around here, don't forget to smash thumbs up, like the thing, share it around, this and all that good stuff. Subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, leave your comments down in the live chat. We're gonna definitely discuss them, or down in comments below if you're watching this as a playback, so I can answer them, because I answer pretty much every single comment I get. Big up Nathan in the chat, big up my guy, big up, big up, big up. And yeah, Quaradona for 65 million. We're gonna get into that in a second as well. But what we gonna kick things off is something like, I have about 9 stories I want to talk about. And I'm gonna start arguably one of the most depressing ones. The most depressing ones. And it is Leandro Trossard. Obviously, when we signed him, it was a steal, you could argue, but obviously it feels like, what would have happened if we didn't sign him? Because we signed him because we didn't get Mudryk. At the end of the day, we balled signing Mudryk. Obviously, it has worked out pretty damn well, obviously, for Arsenal. But overall, it's a weird one. Obviously, at the time, he was on the out with the Zerbi. He was the requesting transfer in January. Arsenal signed. He hit the ground running, assists, goals, everything. Arguably on our best attacker for the last 3 years, besides Bukayo Saka, you could say that. But yeah, he has been now offered a new contract, and he rejected that. And there were breakdowns in negotiation before Christmas. The Gunners offered him a 1-year extension with an option for another additional year. And get this, it was immediately knocked back by Leandro Trossard. So basically, he saw the contract, he ripped it up and threw it back at their faces. And to be honest, given how he is performing recently, how he has performed recently, it feels like Trossard is Arteta out himself, to some extent. You know how he sometimes acts himself, how he doesn't celebrate his goals. Saliba had to beg at times for him to celebrate his goals and everything, even in pre-season. It feels like on some level Trossard is Arteta out. Whether it's going to be Arteta out or himself going to leave, that obviously is the question. But there's no shadow of a doubt we need improvements on left wing. And in my opinion, Trossard can go. Trossard can go. Obviously, there's more value in selling Martinelli because age and potential still, let's be real, the proper manager and that. But Trossard, I guess, can go. Martinelli is a secondary option if we sign a proper left winger. Actually, wouldn't be the worst one, in a way. Let's be real. Trossard can leave. Someone will come in summer. Again, the big thing is, the fact that he can leave, I'm not arguing with that. The fact that you're saying someone will come in summer alone is a big issue for me. How comes every single time we are Summer FC? Summer FC, whenever January comes, all of a sudden transfer rumors getting pelled out that in summer Arsenal gonna sign that. There will be a war chest and everything for about 200, 250 million. And at the end of the summer, we sign Sterling on loan on the deadline day, and we sign Norberto Neto, who is cup tied. Then we sign some sort of a zucchini, some sort of a plant from Italy. We go sign Spanish wannabe midfielder who basically is worse than Dani Ceballos, Denis Suarez, who were playing at Arsenal at the time. It's actually kind of mad if you come to think about this. Like, someone will try to buy him in summer. I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi came back for him. But to be honest, if he gets a good payday, go. Genuinely go. If Arsenal can actually negotiate a proper deal, just go, do it, go, leave, goodbye. But yeah, ultimately, it's a weird one with Arsenal. Would you prefer Rosicki or Ayto? Big up Olave. First of all, Olavale, sorry. Big up. I actually don't know. Personally, neither. I'd much rather get a proper one. But apparently Rosicki recently is the #1 target. And now I'm reading about Ayto. And since you mentioned Ayto, we kind of can move on from Trossard because there's nothing too much to talk about. Because even though he's one of the most clinical finishers in the team, if not the most clinical, he can go. In that regard, where is it? Now that's Tobers. That's about my own thing. Where is it? There it is. There it is. According to Sam Mogbell, Arsenal acting sporting director Jason Ayto, who at the moment is replacing Edu Gaspar, has grown internal support to take on the role permanently. The club's ownership are said to have been impressed with Ayto's work since his appointment on an interim basis and is viewed as a genuine contender for the vacancy. Now, I'm not saying we are shambles, but this already spells me too much trouble. Because let's be real, I have never heard of Jason Ayto in my life. Never ever heard. Until, I kid you not. Once Edu left, right, and he got promoted instead of Edu, that was the first time I have heard of him. Kid you not. Who the fuck is this guy? Like, serious question. Who is he? Who is Jason Ayto? Does he have anything to his name? Does he have any credentials, any CV or anything? Impressed with his work. We haven't signed... Exactly, that's the big thing. We haven't signed anyone. He apparently needs to continue. He has a schedule. He has a list drawn up, with which he did with Edu, to how to proceed in January and maybe in summer next year, this year as well. Everything before he decided to go. But ultimately, he has done nothing. Marquinhos came back on loan from Fluminense. Now he's back on loan at Cruzeiro, if I'm not mistaken. Like, what the hell is that? Exactly, Marquinhos not alone, Cruzeiro. So basically, what they're saying, Arsenal are super impressed with how Ayto has handled Marquinhos. He said, no, we are not going to spend money on your plane back to England, on to Arsenal. You can stay in Brazil. Go to Cruzeiro this time. Stay there. Why not? Let's see what you do. But this is genuinely a nuts one. Genuinely a nuts one. Acting sporting director Jason Ayto is one of the genuine contenders to replace Edu. We haven't seen him in action. We are 9 days, almost 10, into transfer window in January, and we have seen nothing. Yet, they are acting like he's basically the best thing since sliced bread. Genuinely. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, Jason Ayto, who is he? Is there anything on his manager profile? Jason Ayto, 39 years old, English. He was Arsenal scout for 7 years. Okay, and I gotta admit, that's kind of impressive. Then he became chief scout. And then 2 years later, he got promoted to executive assistant of the manager. And now he's in talks to become sporting director. I respect the growth that in 10 years he could go from scout to sporting director. But what the hell has he done? Like, what genuinely on earth, what the hell has he done at Arsenal? I read Jason Ayto's previous Arsenal. Yeah, exactly. He's Arteta's PA. He's backup dancer for Mikel Arteta. While Mikel Arteta is landing airplanes on the sidelines, Ayto is in the background dancing or doing something. I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Genuinely don't know. Anyone can enlighten me? Will he be good? Has he shown any promise? Maybe someone who lives in London, maybe someone who knows someone at Arsenal, maybe someone who actually knows Ayto. Can anyone shed some light on me? What the hell is this guy all about? Because based on this, you don't see him signing anyone because he's been just a backup dancer. So does he have any credentials or anything? Like, this is a weird one. I will be pissed if we fund PSG buying Quaradona. Dude, apparently we are not signing Kang-in Lee, potentially, right? Because PSG don't want to let him go and all that stuff, but let's see. But the fact that, we will get to that as well in a second. But Jason Ayto, like, what are we doing here? Like, genuinely, what are we doing here? Anyways, let's go back to the beginning. We talked about Trossard, Sobersan for Aberdeen. This one, Arsenal world-class forward demands 300 grand a week wages to complete Arsenal move. Basically, this 300 grand a week wages, here they talk about Nico Williams. Nico Williams. He's at the moment on 200 grand, 220 grand a week at Athletic Bilbao. And as we all know, Bilbao, their region and everything, how they play, how they grow their players, they basically never leave. They just get their salary increased, their what's its face, their release clauses grow, and they usually utilize only their own players from their own region, their own system and everything. Most of them spend their most careers there. Most of them, let's be real. And now, that's why he's on such big money. And now 300 grand a week. 300 grand a week. For me, it's a hell no, no chance in hell. Let me know what you think down in the chat. Nathan says hell no, no chance in hell, pretty much. So he doesn't want to see Williams at Arsenal as well. Big up my guy, high five you for that, because I don't want to see him at Arsenal as well. But I guess it is what it is. This one. And I had to talk about this because it's an Arsenal, ex-Arsenal player, basically. Arsenal this summer they just passed, well, last year basically, sold Mika Biereth for 3 million to Sturm Graz, right? They sold him to Sturm Graz for 3 million. He's only 21 years old. Now, since he's gone to Sturm Graz, right, for 3 million, his value has increased more than 4 times. In 16 games, it's in the Austrian league, but still, 11 goals, 5 assists. In Champions League in 6 games, he has 2 goals. Monaco in general are struggling for strikers because AS Monaco in general don't have those because AS Monaco, where is it? AS Monaco. Because, as you can see, Breel Mbolo, he's injury prone. They have just loaned in, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they just joined in summer for 50 million. He plays mostly on the wing, but he's still young. Balogun, who they signed from us as well, injured all the time. Kid you not, Folarin Balogun, since he's gone to Monaco, is consistently injured. 22 games missed this season. 7+ games. He has missed 29 games for Monaco this season overall. Already, this season. And when he came to Monaco he missed about 3 penalties on the bounce, so that was nuts. Diatta is a winger. Akliuche is a winger. Minamino, Segir, all are wingers. So they are genuinely lacking in striker department. So what they do, they're gonna go for ex-Arsenal player. Again, Mika Biereth. The thing is, as I said, Mika Biereth signed for 3 million. 3 million to Sturm Graz. How much you wanna bet that Sturm Graz will cash in on him at least 11-12 million? How much you wanna bet on that? And to get 4 times the increase in the amount in just half a year, and to add on top of that, right, The 12 million for Sturm Graz will go such a long way, given the club, the stature, the size of the club. It could actually be hella nuts. He escaped the Arteta penitentiary, exactly. There's a sell-on clause. Apparently, yes, I heard that as well. But how big? 10, 15, 20, 50%? How big are the sell-on clause? That obviously is a big thing. But still, if we even have like, let's just say 10% sell-on clause, they sell him for 12 million, we get 1.2 million. Good job. Good job. That means for 2 months, we can pay the salaries of Jesus and Havertz combined. For 2 months, that's about it. If they sell him for 20 million, we get 2. Still nothing big. That's the big thing. No matter how big are these sell-on clauses, usually for Arsenal it means we're gonna get basically peanuts compared to what Arsenal should be getting. But again, this is another situation where Arsenal technically have had a striker, and I'm not gonna lie, personally, I would have loved to see Mika Biereth at Arsenal. Similarly like Balogun. Because we rather decided not to go for Isak when he had 70 million release clauses. Instead, we sold Balogun the same summer for 30-something million because he had value, and we gave Eddie Nketiah 100 grand a week new contract. Fast forward 1 year, and we are in the shits. Nketiah sold, we have Jesus and Havertz up top. Well, fast forward 2 years, technically. Then we lose Chidobe Martin to United, a potentially good striker. We don't know how this is going to pan out. We sell Mika Biereth, who we were desperate to get from Fulham, and we didn't. And now we are also seeing Oyedeji potentially getting sold as well. So every single striker we have had in the last 3 years at Arsenal is leaving. They're leaving, and they're going for big money as well afterwards. That's how mad it is. So it's 20% sell-on clause. So basically, if they sell him for 10 million, we get, well, 2. Which again is not a lot, let's be real. But still, 20% sell-on clause is not bad, let's be honest to ourselves. At the same time, Mika Biereth, and this is my selfish opinion, is one of those strikers I would have loved to see how he plays at Arsenal. Instead of Eddie Nketiah. I would have loved to see Balogun given a chance instead of Eddie Nketiah. But Arteta, I don't know, Eddie Nketiah had his nudes or something, but they didn't just go. No striker attacking player. Only player that is thriving, and also only in terms of GA, not performances and personal like skills and ability, is Bukayo Saka. Because the squad pretty much revolves around him. We predominantly, big up kill switch by the way, because we predominantly play through the right side. When we had Aubameyang, we played pretty much predominantly through the left side. And everyone was cussing Arsenal because we played only through the left side. We bin Aubameyang, Bukayo Saka becomes our main centerpiece, and now we play solely to the right side. We gone from one extreme to the other again. And now Bukayo Saka, and also solely because of GA, is technically thriving. Because if you compare how Bukayo Saka played 3 seasons ago, even 4, to how he plays now, it's night and day compared to what type of skills, taking on man, dribbling, and everything he did being more direct. It's now night and day. And that, again, is solely on Mikel Arteta. Because that's the same thing that has happened to Martinelli. Yes, Martinelli, you would expect for him to grow just as Bukayo Saka. Maybe not to the same extent, but also to grow just like Bukayo Saka. But how can he grow if 60-70% of the time the ball is on the right and Martinelli never gets the ball? When he gets the ball, he's cold, he's not in the game, he's bound to lose the ball eventually. Plus, he's a one-trick pony, he has no chance to develop himself because Arteta was deemed to be the guy who develops wingers. That's how he got sold to us. Oh, he worked one-on-one with Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané, made them who they are for Man City. Where is that at Arsenal? Where is that with Fabio Vieira? Where is that with Martinelli? Where is that with Saka? Marquinhos to some extent. Reece Nelson. Where is that with our wingers? Where is that? If we now think about it that way. Because Martinelli has lost quite a bit of confidence. You can see that when he plays quite dramatically. You can see that. And that is the big thing. That is the big thing. Because the way Bukayo Saka is playing and the way Martinelli is playing in the game more or less are very similar. Because that's how Arteta wants them to play. He doesn't allow them to have extra space to run into, attack, be direct and everything. He wants to take the ball, slow down possession, recycle, U-shaped around the box, and then do quick passes here or there. But since we predominantly attack through the right side, Martinelli is isolated on the left. And that has totally, utterly killed him. And I think that genuinely could also be similar like what happened to Barcelona. Remember when Xavi was still at the wheel at Barcelona, right? Rafinha wasn't great. Barcelona fans were screaming at times for him to go. Even though he had some bright games, he also had bad games. Lewandowski looked genuinely like Eddie Nketiah at times on the pitch. Hansi Flick comes in, changes the system that kind of caters the attack, caters Rafinha, caters Lewandowski, caters even to Ferran Torres, for God's sake, and everyone like that. And all of a sudden, it's like they have given the second life. They catch second wind, like in Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. They catch second wind. And I generally believe, in a way, that if we get rid of Mikel Arteta and we get proper attacking manager who could utilize the strengths of our attackers on wings, especially Martinelli and Saka, to maximum extent, like we did 2 years ago when we were ultra attacking, when we were playing free-flowing attacking football where our team thrived, we would see the same Martinelli after some time, if sooner or later. Because I still believe that this team is built to attack. To attack, go forward, destroy teams, shoot, attack, score, everything. Not play defensive park the bus football and hope. Because at the moment we even park the bus when it's 0-0. We play like Jose Mourinho, only 10 times worse. Yes, it's cool when you want to hold on your defense, but we even cannot do that. And when we go on a counter, we don't do it with pace. We get to the center circle, final third, and then we stop. We wait for our players. And by the time our attackers and players get to their box, whole defense of the opposing side has already set up. They are in mid-low block, 5-5-0, 4-5-1 formation being set up, and we have no spaces to run into again. And that is solely on tactics from Mikel Arteta. And that has killed a lot of momentum for our players. I've been rethinking, and us Arsenal fans were stuck up with the Solanke links. He's better than anyone we have now, but we wanted only world. That is a big thing as well. Arsenal, where they were last 2 years, and in general, should be able to attract high-level world-class talent. Right? But at the same time, and this will sound very weird when I'm gonna say this, but bear with me here. For Arsenal, at striker position, given the team we have, if we actually play attacking proper football, we don't need world-class striker. We need a striker that just can finish on consistent basis. That's about it. We don't need a world-class striker. We need a proper finisher who you can pass into, he takes a touch, bang, 1-0. Bang, 2-0. And that's about it. We don't need your world-class striker who you solely depend upon. Because we have Saka. If we have proper striker, I think Martinelli will have more chances and everything. That for me is a very controversial statement, but I solely believe that. We don't need actually a world-class striker. We need a striker who can finish on consistent basis, because that's what's lacking, consistency in finishing in front of goal. We saw against Newcastle 2 days ago how Havertz, alone in front of net, proper cross, good cross, closes his eyes, tries to shoot the ball, is not looking not at the ball, not at the net, and he just shoulders the ball, hits it with his shoulder, not with his head, and it goes out for a goal kick. What are we doing here? That's generally a meme and patheticness alone. Kid you not. That's the thing. And for example, Solanke would have been great. Tony would have been fantastic. I think players like Okay, he's not thriving at Roma at the moment, but Dovbyk, to some extent, would have been great. Who else is there? I'm not gonna lie, I would have even taken Alvaro Morata. Yes, you may laugh at him. Yes, you may say he's old, he's like a lamppost, but at the same time, he's experienced, he's a proven winner, he can finish, maybe not on as very consistent basis, but God knows he can finish 10 times better than those two we have as strikers combined as well. And he would have cost only 10 million. Like, if we look at it, the striker options were there. Arsenal ultimately at the end of the day just didn't sign anyone. Just genuinely didn't sign anyone. Yet Arteta comes out after Bayern Munich interview and says, oh, but we don't have a striker to score 20 plus goals in the season. Whose fault is that then? You'll piss down 200 million on left backs alone nearly, yet you cannot sign a striker. Arsenal need attackers, we sign defenders. Make it make sense. Make it genuinely make sense at the end of the day. How does that even work at Arsenal? Like, how does that even work? Ipswich, Smojdic, Delap, and Omari Hutchinson forward looks better than... Exactly! That is the thing. If you look at our attack in the team, right? If you look at our attack, it's like maybe bottom 6 side level attack. Because the way they're playing, Ipswich has better attack. Obviously, Newcastle has insane attack. Nottingham Forest, Hudson-Odoi, Wood, and Elanga. Better attack, more interesting. That's the thing. Since Mikel Arteta has come in, we haven't had a striker who bags 20 plus goals whatsoever. Attacker. Because Mikel Arteta inherited Golden Boot, 32 goal winning Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who split it with Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane. Since then, he only went downhill. I strongly believe that Mikel Arteta is the one that's killing the attack. We have bottom 5 Prem attack, genuinely. And that's what's worrying. You can look at Bournemouth, Evan Nilsson, who is injured now, but still Evan Nilsson, Semenyo, players like that. They have very good Kluivert, very good attack. There's this mentality of let's keep what we have now instead of exactly waiting for the perfect opportunity. And that's the thing. That's how you also do it in life. You don't wait for the perfect moment. You take your opportunity. You create an opportunity for yourself. You gamble on it. Sometimes you need to take gambles. The higher the risk, the higher the reward. The risk takers actually at the end of the day drink the champagne, not the ones who play it safe. You have to take a gamble. You win some, you lose some at the end of the day. Just take a gamble. That's the biggest thing. A person who knows what he has to do and just doesn't do it is 10 times worse than a person that knows what to do, does it, but fails. 10 times worse. Let's be real. And that's like in life, and that's also here in football. Højlund would get 20 goals. Maybe not Højlund, but definitely there would be some... Tammy Abraham is better than... Yeah, Tammy Abraham easily is better than what we have. He just won Supercoppa Italia. Fonseca, what phase is he in? 2 games, 2 wins, trophy instantly. One against Juventus, one against Inter Milan from 2-0 down in the final. Abraham scored a winning goal. Welbeck would be fantastic in this attack. If you remove obviously he's a bit injury prone, but at the end of the day, Welbeck would be fantastic in this attack. Giroud would be fantastic in this attack. We just need a proper finisher. Giroud's one-touch finishes were phenomenal. One touch, bang, left foot, goal. That's it. We move on. Obviously, he cost us the league when Leicester won it like 10 years ago. But still, Giroud could score on somewhat consistent basis. Welbeck with his touches, with his physicality, ability to head the ball. He has decent touch, decent passing. He can link up the play. He would be fantastic at Arsenal at the moment. Let's be real. There are many options, many players you can name, even in this Premier League, that could do well at Arsenal. It's just the Arsenal, the ones that are losing everything. If anyone led Quara to PSG, it would be... That is the case. Big up TK. Big up my guy. Big up TK. That would be criminal. I think the only reason why that deal is stalling if I'm not mistaken. I think I have it favored somewhere as well. Yeah, here it is. Napoli want only 67 million pounds for him, and the deal is stalling solely because they don't want. Skriniar is on very high wages, and Napoli are kind of reluctant to pay those, if I'm not mistaken. That is the biggest thing why the deal is stalling here. Why the deal is stalling. That is one of the biggest things why the deal is stalling in general. And where are the reports, by the way, that Napoli and Conte want Kivior? Give them Kivior, 50-60 million, and give us Kvaratskhelia. I'd be happy. Do that. Do it. Why not? Why not? Why not? 68 million pounds for Kvaratskhelia is a steal. Exactly. Especially given the fact that a year ago, half a year ago, last summer, or even summer before that, we were, well, quote unquote, linked with him. Obviously, most likely it wasn't true, but we were linked with him, and Arsenal were willing to pay 120 for him. Remember Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen? One or the other. Like 120 million when the owner of Napoli wanted like 250 for them both combined. We were ready to pay that almost. So now he's available for half the price. And Arsenal are just like, well, screw that. Who cares? Why not? Screw it. It's the same situation as with Isak. We looked at Isak yesterday. Arsenal didn't pay Isak 70 million release clauses when he was at Sociedad 2.5 years ago because they thought the price was too high for what the player was actually worth. Instead, we gave Edin Nketiah £100,000 a week new deal. We fast forward now 2.5 years, all of a sudden, Arsenal are willing to pay 100 plus million for Isak. So in 2 years, Arsenal have gone, 70 million is too much for Isak. We much rather pay 120 million for him, nearly 2 times the value. Like, Arsenal are just dumb as hell, stupid, I don't know, big up. Yet, Kvaratskhelia is on 30 grand a week at Napoli. Arsenal easily could go, here you go, 150 million, man, 150 grand, 200 grand. Give them Trossard's and Trossard's on 90, cannot give him that. Give them Martinelli's wages. He's on 190 a week, if I'm not mistaken, or 170 a week, Martinelli is. Give him Martinelli's wages. Why not? Generally, why not? I just want us to get bags, man. I can't sit and wait. Exactly. Mentally preparing myself for the horrible football versus United. Dude, if we lose to United, imagine the scenes. Imagine. Exactly. If it makes sense, Arsenal won't do it. That's my motto for Arsenal in every single transfer window. And the sad part is, I watch these situations unfold in terms of Arsenal every single transfer window, about 50 times every window. And yet still, every single window I get annoyed about it because I know that Arsenal actually could do something about it. They have the money. PSR isn't an issue and everything, yet we don't do it. That's how mad it is. In my head, as I said in the intro of the stream, I have accepted the fact that Arsenal are not going to do it. But in heart, as an Arsenal fan, I still have that small hope that Arsenal will do it. Like somehow. Obviously, as they say, is the hope that keeps fools alive, that keeps the fools going and everything. It's the hope that kills you. But at the same time, as my grandma used to say, as long as there is at least one person who believes in something that he does or she does or whatever, there is still hope. So I kind of maybe I have taken that literally to heart and I live by that, but I still have hope that Arsenal will do it somehow. 67 million for Kvaratskhelia. Come on, man. That's a steal and a half, to say the least. Especially since you paid the same amount for the tranquilized donkey kisser up front, who looks like a seaweed when he plays, the same strength pretty much. Then you have Jesus, 45 million and 265 a week. And who else is there? We paid 72 for Pepe and everything. Like, come on, man. 45 for Italian, I don't know, what vegetable, basically. Zucchini. Not vegetable in that sense, by the way. Exactly, Trossard earns 90 grand. Exactly, Trossard earns 90 grand. Kvaratskhelia earns 3 times less. And Kvaratskhelia has won Serie A. He has won the Scudetto, by the way. Tell Mikel Kvara used to be an ex-Chelsea left back. Yeah, basically, as soon as Arsenal are linked with a player, just tell Mikel Arteta he used to play for Chelsea. Or Man City, one of the two. Maybe he will sign them then. Dude, Jesus on 250, that is criminal. He's gonna blame the paint on the pitch this time. 100%, 100%. Gonna say the ref's uniform different, the Prem. Dude. Oh, by the way, while we are speaking on these funny things, right? This one caught my eye. Mitre have unveiled a unique ball which will be used as Manchester United travel to face Arsenal in the FA Cup this weekend. It is to celebrate the Red Devils as the current holders. We gonna play with that kind of a ball. No Diddy and all that stuff. And as you can see, Saad said, why is this news? I quoted this by saying, did Mikel Arteta approve these balls? That's what I said. Because who cares? Why is this in the news? Why is it relevant that specifically at the Emirates, Arsenal are gonna play with a specific new ball that celebrates Manchester United? Why is this a thing? Like, who cares? It's all about the PR. And the worst part is, in this Manchester United game, Arsenal are going to wear the all-white kits against violence and everything. And given our previous record when we play in these 5th or 6th kits, the specific charity kits, I'm not looking too much forward to it, I'm not gonna lie. Because we always lose in those. We embarrass ourselves to the maximum extent when we use those kits, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. That's how mad it is. Oh, and there is another one. We got clowned, by the way, by Domino's today. Mikel Arteta, these balls fly a lot. Meh, Domino's, things no one's buying. Anchovies on pizza, Arteta's excuses. We got clowned by Domino's Pizza. Last year, we laughed at Chelsea when they tweeted out the wins and everything for Chelsea. This year, they're laughing at us. We got clowned by Domino's. I don't like Domino's Pizza, by the way. Just putting it for the record out there. But overall, we just got clowned by Domino's Pizza. How embarrassing is that as well, to many extents? Just let that sink in. Let that sink in. Like, seriously. More kits than trophies. We have this season released more kits than we have won trophies under Mikel Arteta. Obviously, it's not that hard. But this season we have, 5-6 kits released? And about 6-7 types of merch released? Oh, if Man U wins, it will be Arteta Exodus. Oh, it will be nuts. Exodus, it will be nuts. Like, I heard Dan Potts saying, I think it was, that already at the Newcastle game, he was there, in the bathrooms, Arteta ins were fighting with Arteta outs, fist fighting and everything. We are getting to that point when we were in the latter stages when Arsene Wenger was here. When Wenger ins were fighting Wenger outs in the stands. We are nearly there. I don't get this. Because the same Arsenal fans that wanted Wenger out when we were in this massive trophy drought, right? Are now the same guys when we are in the same trophy drought who are screaming Arteta in. This manager is better protected than the president of United States, basically. He is safer than using a Durex condom. That's the same thing. Exactly. Arteta out, Ayto out, Kroenke out, Win the Dog out, and then half of the squad out. All the white kits means a guaranteed loss. Exactly. It's gonna happen. Genuinely, especially if we play like this crap. We played United a month ago, right? We had Saka then. And they already then nullified us on the pitch. For all the stats merchants and everything, right? We had 0.4 or 0.3 XG from open play. Overall in the game, we had 1.9 XG. Because all rest of that 1.6 xg we got from corners. We got from goddamn corners. And do you think they're not gonna learn? We already have been figured out on corners. And the fact that Arsenal fans in the stands are celebrating when we get a corner like winning a Champions League pretty much. That's pathetic and embarrassing already. And on top of that, you saw what Newcastle did, by the way, against us. Every time there was a chance that ball can go out for a corner, they kicked it out for a throw-in. So we just don't get a corner. Which means either, well, we are screwed, and we are screwed anyways, let's be real, or Arteta in this January transfer window or in summer is gonna buy a player who can do the long throw-in so we can utilize also that to the maximum extent. We will have a Delap on the sidelines just making throw-ins. Comes out from retirement and everything. More jogs than major trophies, exactly. More dogs than major trophies. It's just embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie, as much as a pride I had being an Arsenal fan in the early 2000s, I'm kind of ashamed at times being an Arsenal fan now in 2020s. Like, it's mad. It's genuinely mad. And then I have to read this crap. Man United are ready to meet Frankfurt demands around £65 million of asking price for Omar Marmoush. Verbal agreement is closed. Player wants to join City now. So City, in 9 days of this transfer window, by the looks of things, are gonna sign Marmoush, Kasanov, or however you pronounce, Kubanasov, or however from loans, and then they're gonna sign Ederson from Atalanta. In 9 days, they have done more work than Arsenal have done in 2 transfer windows. In 9 days, they have done more than Arsenal do in I don't know how long. It's actually kind of mad. And don't be surprised that because of this, City are gonna finish second in the league. Or third, above Arsenal, by the way. They're gonna finish above Arsenal in the league. They already are signing these players. Already. We are Suck FC. There's no denying it. That's how Arteta has survived. That's why he plays Saka all games for the full 90 almost. Every single game. Because without Saka, we are legit mid-table team. Because if you take out from this team Saka, Gabriel and Saliba, we'll be lucky if we finish bottom side of top 10. We would be lucky. Because those 3 taken out of our squad is pretty much our team being useless. That's how bad we are. It's like we have basically a chair with 3 legs. You take either one of those out, it falls over instantly. Well, yeah, at least I have seen the club win Prem once. Once. Well, technically more times, but once. Let's be real. I have seen it done once. Like, realistically on TV, I have seen it once. Owners gave Arteta the new contract too soon back in September. Should have waited. Exactly, should have waited. Should have. 100% should have. And to be honest, sacking Arteta now, paying off the 45, 30 million, however you need to pay off him, arguably would be the best 30, 45 million the Kroenkes would have spent in the last 5 years. 100%. We are linked to everyone but won't sign no one. Exactly, that's how Arsenal operate. In summer transfer window, that passed, right, half a year ago, I did the math, and it came more or less that we were linked, and I kid you not, with 116 players. 116. Right? And we signed 2 of them. 116 players and we signed 2 of them. Like, I don't follow Liverpool. Like, well, I see the transfer rumors and everything. But do you see any other club in Premier League being linked as much with every player in the world football as it's Arsenal? Do you see that? I don't. See what I was saying about Liverpool. If Salah doesn't bail them out, they are cooked. Well, technically, but the thing is, though, Spurs will have to go to Anfield. And given how they play there, dude. By the way, that Spurs goalkeeper they signed, that played yesterday, They signed him 3 days ago. He instantly went into the goal in Premier League, well, in the high-end game against Liverpool, kept a clean sheet, and won them the game. That guy just got signed 3 days ago from Czech League. And he did that. Like, yet Arsenal signed Norberto Neto. The wrong Neto, by the way, let's be real. Maybe there was miscommunication. Arteta said, oh, I want Pedro Neto. Who? Neto. Oh, okay, and Edu got Norberto Neto. I don't know what was going on there. But I just that was the same thing with Bentley. Arteta said, oh, get me Bentley. Get me Bentley. And instantly we are linked with Bentley, the goalkeeper. Arteta said, no, I want the car, Bentley, not the goalkeeper. Like, this is nuts. I'm just sitting here reading transfer news, transfer rumors every single day regarding Arsenal, obviously. But I see, obviously, every other team in Premier League and in the world, let's be real, I follow most of the leagues in the world, the big ones at least. And I have to watch and sit here and see Ipswich signed 2 players, Atalanta sell 2, sign 2. Wolves signed 3 players. Meanwhile, Arsenal, oh, what could we do? Oh, I know, Arteta has internal solutions. Internal solutions. Let's play Havertz at right wing and cross the ball to the Smurf in the midfield, aka Jesus, the Bolivian striker. Well, it should be the other way around, first of all. Against 6'5" Dan Burn. What City does, they go to external solutions. They go in a transfer window and sign actually some players. We could literally get Kvara and Osimhen. Yeah, 150 million that's been quoted that you need to pay for Isak, or 120, whatever, dude, right? In this January window, we can take that money and sign Kvaratskhelia and Osimhen. Both of them, by the way. We can sign right now. Right now. For the same amount. When all the top players are gone, Arsenal will make a loan signing on the final. That's what I'm expecting. That's genuinely what I am expecting. Arsenal will be linked FC to every goddamn player known to mankind. Just on the final day of the transfer window, on loan, they will sign another Raheem Sterling. That will be about it. Anyhow, what else is here? What else is here? There it is. Here we go. As per Swiss Ramble, Arsenal could post loss of 164 million this season and still be okay with PSR. So where is the problem with spending? We can post a loss for over of 150 million and still we have no issues with PSR. So basically that means it's all on Arteta and, well, basically on Arteta, Garlic, Lewis and Kroenkes, because that's now on to them. If they give them money, we will sign someone. If they don't, we're not going to sign anyone. Because if there are no PSR issues, even with this type of loss we can post, it's solely on Arteta, on all these people who are running the club. No excuses. And then, whoa, wrong one. And then I need to come out and read this. According to Duncan Castles, Mikel Arteta went into the season in his strongest position of power ever at Arsenal. He has more power at Arsenal than Wenger ever had, having been handed a new 3-year contract in September. The contract, I'm told, was one of the key reasons why Edu resigned as sporting director. He wasn't happy with Arteta's increasing authority at the club. And I'm not gonna lie, if we keep going like this, it will only be the tip of the iceberg. Because it won't be just Edu who resigns. Because if it keeps going like this, I have no shadow of a doubt in my mind that at some point Saliba will request a transfer. Gabriel might request a transfer. Maybe someone else, maybe even Saka will get tired of this bullshit. Because Saka is also coming out in interviews before he got injured and says Arteta wants his attackers to defend first. When I play with Yuri and Timber, I'm absolutely loving football because that means I don't have to defend that much. I can actually focus on the task in hand, which is attacking and scoring goals. If your main guy, your star boy, unquote, is saying stuff like that, it's just a matter of time until players slowly but steadily start to turn on the manager. And let's be real, Saka is bigger than Arteta. Saka for Arsenal is more important than Mikel Arteta to Arsenal. And if there it will come a moment when Bukayo Saka stands up and says, it's either you or me, one of us has to go, I can guarantee you that Kroenkes will instantly 45 million. Mikel, peace out, nerd. We need Bukayo here. 100%. Because if Arsenal let Saka go, the outrage and the explosion in Arsenal's fan base will be insane. Nuclear levels, basically. It will cause such a disarray in the fan base. It will send fan base in such a head loss that we actually might not recover for years. I'm gonna be honest with you. Broch on loan, dude. Exactly. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Kid you not. Anyhow, some other news still. Nottingham Forest are interested in Douglas Luiz, according to Mate Moreto. Interesting how things work. Nottingham Forest are interested in Douglas Luiz. Nottingham Forest are getting stronger. What Arsenal are doing? Well, nothing. Let's be real. Here we go. Alexander Isak. You think Forest will get Douglas Luiz? Arsenal couldn't sign Douglas Luiz 2 years in a row. 2 years in a row. Especially when he was on last year of his deal and it was 40 million. And Arsenal didn't want to pay that. He instantly afterwards signed a new deal and then a year later moved on. Forest have more ambition than Arsenal. Yeah, they are Champions League winners. And let's not forget, as soon as summer starts, Edu is their CEO. Let's see what Edu does there, because Marianakis 100% will give him money. 100% Edu will balance about 3-4 teams on his plate, but I can guarantee you they will make the proper signings. And I kind of want to see what Edu does as CEO of Nottingham Forest, because that will be the final nail in Arteta's coffin potentially, and that will show who was at fault mostly at Arsenal, Edu or Arteta. Proper club with UCL heritage, exactly. Forest. Anyways, Alexander Isak. As things stand, Arsenal are likely to revive their interest in Alexander Isak, and here we go at the end of the season. Have you noticed that as soon as this January window opened, Arsenal are interested in Buemo as a summer transfer. Arsenal are interested in Alexander Isak as a summer transfer. Arsenal are interested in this and that and this. But as a summer transfer, nothing about January as of yet. It's all about summer transfers already. Like, how does that even work? How does that even work? We are not a serious club, let's be real. There was an interest in Isak last summer, but it's quickly emerged that persuading Newcastle to part with the player would cost upwards of 100 million. Pay it then! We have no PSR issues. Sources insist that following a relatively economical summer window, are you taking the piss? It was full-on power money saving window. We did nothing in the summer, let's be real. For a team that was this close to winning title 2 years in a row, a team that should be capitalizing on this situation, we did what a team with basically who are on the brink of, I don't know, bankruptcy pretty much does. They sold to sign and they pretty much made profits at the end of the day. Relatively economical summer window. Fuck me. Arsenal are not opposed to reaching those financial levels again, having signed Declan Rice 18 months ago, though it's likely they would need to be creative in the market to land their second 100 million player. There is nothing creative about that. We just got told that Arsenal have no PSR issues. There are no issues with the money. It's all on Kroenkes. If Kroenkes give the money, we're gonna sign someone. Do it then. And who says you have to wait till summer? Don't pay 100 now. Pay 120, 130. Get Isak in now. What's stopping you? But the big thing is, think about it this way. As soon as we sign forwards, as soon as we sign a striker, even though Mikel Arteta kills every attacker he has signed pretty much, let's be real. Well, he has not pretty much. He has killed every attacker he has signed, and he has signed about 6 of them only as well. There is no room for hiding. There is only accountability at the end of the day after all that. Because if we sign forwards, if we sign Isak or Gyökeres or Osimhen or whoever, the main number 9, there is no place to hide. Because that at the end of the day will be the final part of the jigsaw puzzle. If he doesn't perform, it's your fault. You're not good enough. Get out of the club. But let's be real. We already know that. Why do we need to spend substantial amounts of money on players and not give that money to a different proper manager? It's actually kind of nuts. Because Mikel Arteta earns 3 times more than Inzaghi. 2 times more nearly than Ancelotti. Like, what are Arsenal doing? This is utterly embarrassing. And then there is this out as well. Arsenal are reportedly among several Premier League clubs monitoring Sunderland's midfielder Job Bellingham. The 19-year-old has emerged as one of Championship's standout performers and attracting interest from top-flight teams, including the Gunners. And again, linked FC. At the time when you need to sign winners, you again sign Phase 1 players. Because Joe Bellingham is a Phase 1 player. He needs development, he needs time, he needs a few years. But yeah, oh well. Exactly. Freaking-exactly. But there is some good news. There actually are some people in this world who call out Mikel Arteta on consistent basis. And one of those people is ex-Arsenal's legend, invincible, Emmanuel Petit. Big up to the guy. Because he always, when he speaks about Arsenal, says it as it is. No sugarcoating it. Genuinely, he has the cojones, he has stats, he has the legacy to back it up. He takes no shit from anyone. He is a proper player and a proper person to judge Arsenal. And he said, Arsenal just don't need a striker. I think they need at least 3 or 4 more players last summer. They need a left winger, striker, a number 10. Technically, we also need a left back. We need a goalkeeper because let's be real, Neto is going away after this season, and we need 2 midfielders because, well, Partey and Jorginho contracts have run out, and we need a backup for those. So we need technically 8 more players. We need 8 players in summer. Do you believe that Arsenal are going to sign 8 players? And that's also not counting players we need to sell and replace. We basically need to overhaul the whole squad. That's how bad it is. Petit don't say shit, exactly. He says it as it is. Genuinely straightforward, no BS taken. He's a real one. Let's be real. Emmanuel Petit is a real one. Let's not beat around the bush. I still cannot believe we got clowned by Domino's Pizza, by the way. Anyways, let's see what Fabrizio Romano is saying. Let's see how other clubs are signing players while Arsenal are doing F all. Man City and Lens center back. Okay, that's been, nobody cares. Here we go. Man City and Arsenal lent center back Abdul Kusanov to their list of January. There are several clubs and Race Open Man City are well informed, and apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano, he puts a hourglass, which means it's just a matter of time, if you can believe this. So Man City are signing Marmoush, signing Kusanov, and it looks like they're gonna sign someone else in a very split second. Pizza over paella all day, every day. Basically, what you're saying, Inzaghi over Mikel Arteta. 100% agree. Wait, it's you, Nathan. You would be saying Gasperini over Mikel Arteta. I'm saying Inzaghi. I see you. Don't worry, I see you. Anyways, Mika Biereth as... Oh, here we go. Mika Biereth to AS Monaco. Here we go. Hello. Agreement reached on medical on Friday. AS Monaco director Thiago Scuro closed the deal for 13 million euros fixed fee plus 2 million add-ons to Sturm Graz. Arsenal had sell-on clause. So what we're saying here, he's selling... So Arsenal sold Mika Biereth for 3 million. 3 million last summer. Fast forward 6 months. Graz are selling him for 15 million combined. So they made 5 times the profit. Arsenal sold him, and if Arsenal have about 20% sell-on clause, they're gonna basically get the 3 million, well, 2.6 million about, something like that, back from 13 million. 2.6, exactly, yeah. We're gonna get 2. So basically, we're gonna get the money back for Mika Biereth, same amount what we sold him for. Good job. Good job. Arsenal sold him for 3 million. 3 million! And Arsenal are gonna make around 3 million back on him. So basically, again, as we were saying, sell to buy. Pretty much what it's called, profitable window. We basically broke even. We cut our losses. Like, pathetic. Let's be real. Pathetic. Anything else? Yeah, here we go. Norwegian. No Okafor to Leipzig. Ugalde. Whoa! Napoli agreed deal to sign Billing from Bournemouth. Here we go. Agreement in place. A loan move plus 10 million option clause to buy Billing in the summer. Not mandatory. Holy crap! Napoli signed Billing. That actually is good signing for Napoli, I'm not gonna lie. He's gonna fit in Serie A in very nicely. Very nicely. Very good deal by Conte. Very good deal. Very good deal. Exactly, when people are gonna start calling this Arsenal BS out? Only when too late. That's the big thing. Nobody's gonna call this out as well. Well, most of people. Because they have totally forgotten that we had Mika Biereth, that we sold him to Sturm Graz, whoever Sturm Graz is, because they don't follow anyone outside Premier League. Now he's gone to Monaco. They will never notice these things when all of a sudden he's gonna start to do something. Let's see how he does in the second part of the season in League 1. I'm gonna follow him specifically. Let's see. Rashford and Como, no chance. Ronaldo scored a goal today. Ahmad signs an extension. Karius, oh lol, Schalke. Yeah, and Marmoush. Sean Dyche has been sacked today. That's also a big thing. And that's about it. Aller joins Utrecht on loan. Wow. Yeah, but I guess it is what it is at the end of the day. Any other news? Anyone else? What is like AFC Daily saying and stuff like that? Arsenal will buy him for 100 million. That would be the most Arsenal thing. That would genuinely be like United and Pogba situation. Give him away pretty much for free to Juventus, then sign him after a few years for about 60-70 million. That would be just nuts. Prem needs Dyche. Dyche will find a job. He's not going to be unemployed for long. He's not a bad manager. Oh, Oh, Ben White is expecting a child. Holy crap. His rehab is going well. Most valuable Arsenal players by estimated transfer value as per who? Official research group account. Football's observer. Okay. Most valuable Arsenal players. Bukayo Saka, 157 million. That's in euros, by the way. Yeah, 157 million euros. How is Havertz worth 130 million? I'm sorry. What? What? What the hell am I seeing here? How is Havertz worth 130 million? For me, to be honest, Saliba should be second with like 120 or something like that. But Martinelli, 102. Odegaard I can get. Odegaard I can get kind of. How is Gabriel Magalhaes only 71 million? Hold on. Transfermarkt. Havertz. 75 million euros. What is, how much is 130 million to pounds? 130 million euros is 109 million pounds. 109 million pounds for Kai Havertz. Bloody hell. If it is possible to sell him now. Sell him fucking now to whoever wants. 109 million, I'm taking the money and running away. Sell him right now. Don't care, don't give a damn, sell him now. Tell me with a straight face someone will pay that for Martinelli. Exactly. I'm more interested who's gonna pay that for Havertz. That for me is the biggest concern. 130 million. Look, this. What the fuck? Like, what the hell is this? Oh, here we go. Marquinhos to Cruzeiro on loan until December 2025. Marquinhos to Cruzeiro. Holy moly. No one's covering Kai's wages. Get used to him staying around. Man, nah. Can I cry? Can I cry? Alessia Rousseau won Player of the Month for Women's. That's actually kind of nice. Congrats to her. Losing Miedema hasn't gone that poorly, although I would have loved for Miedema to stay. I'm not gonna lie. Kata, Mitre, Ayto. So nothing special here. Anything here? Arsenal. Napoli winger Kvaratskhelia is said to be looking for an exit in January, and the player is valued around 65 million. PSG are currently the favourites. However, Mikel Arteta said Arsenal will be active in the market if the right opportunity arises. Do you need any more reason to have the right opportunity to sign Kvaratskhelia? Do you need any more reason to go into the market and sign someone? Holy crap. And to be honest as well, that would show we are a somewhat serious club. That would send a message to Premier League as well. And Champions League. Let's not beat around the bush here. Will Arsenal do it? Of course not. If it makes sense, Arsenal won't do it. We all know that. So, whatever's happening, I have no idea. But hey, I guess it is what it is. But on that note, I think I've covered it all. We have laughed at Arsenal. We have been pissed off by Arsenal, so everything's going. Could Quara play as a 10 eventually? No, I think he's bare of the wing. He could play as a 10, I'm not gonna lie. He actually could. He's actually that good that he could. That would be a very interesting dynamic. But I think from the wing, he's more effective cutting in. He's actually very good at that. But yeah, anyways, I think on that note, I'm gonna end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching. You have been freaking fantastic. See you all tomorrow. Let's see what tomorrow brings. If there will be more nasty stuff by Arsenal, we'll have to wait and see. But for today, that's it. Thank you. Big up Killswitch. Big up Nathan. Big up TK. Big up Arsenal 14. Big up Olawale. Big up everyone. Yeah, same time tomorrow. I pretty much tend to be live every single day, 8 p.m. UK time. I'm aiming for that every single day. If something changes, most likely I'm tweeting it out on X, on Twitter, or I post a community post in my YouTube channel. It depends. But predominantly I'm live every day at 6 p.m. Sometimes a bit later depending when Arsenal play. But yeah, usually 8 p.m. UK. Usually 8 p.m. UK. But yeah, for today I'm out. Big up Killswitch, big up Nathan, big up everyone. Leave a comment, like the thing, subscribe if you still haven't. Still trying to hit 400 subscribers. Take care, stay safe. Big up everyone. Enjoy Friday and see you then.